Thank you all again so much for coming. Thanks for sticking it out to the end and remaining engaged through the whole process, though I recognize it may be partly because you're afraid to go outside into the very cold night. But I really do appreciate your attention, your very, very thoughtful and relevant questions. And again, I mean, I think you know my position, you know why I'm running. I think it's important, and I don't want to unpack too much because Bob only touched on it, so I don't know, we'll have to have that discussion because I don't know really what he meant when he said he had a complaint with the Green Party, but I hope he wasn't suggesting that he wants to go down the line of a two-party democracy because I think that would be very unhealthy. I think that we've seen throughout our history that we've been very well served in Parliament by a diversity of voices because we're a very diverse country. And I think it's important in this riding, obviously. I mean, this riding, historically, the Conservatives in the last two elections have not fared very well. And there is very, very little chance. I mean, Bob's right. We don't know what's going to happen on Election Day, but it's very unlikely a Conservative victory. Don will disagree with me, and he'll explain why. On the other hand, I'm hearing from a lot of people who have been telling me that they really do see this as the Green Party and the Liberal Party running the two most credible campaigns, the two most serious campaigns in this election. We were, in fact, the second party to open a campaign office and begin campaigning full-time before any of the other parties had opened a campaign office full-time. So I'm taking this very seriously because I think it's very, very important that we have Green voices in Parliament. And again, I'm not running against Bob Rae. That's not what motivates me. I live here. I ran here before. This is where this is the riding that I want to represent in Parliament. And I think, I think Bob Rae would make a good parliamentarian. And I'm not trying to stop him from getting there. If I was doing that's too narrow focused. That's too negative. That's not why I'm here. I'm here because I think it's absolutely critical that we have a party in Parliament that's willing to stand up for opposition to government censorship. There was a bill passed a few days ago by every single party that says the government can withdraw funding if it doesn't like what movie you're making. And every single party supported it. I think it's important that there's a party in Parliament that stands up for Canadian nuclear safety in this country. There was a motion put forward by the government to overrule the nuclear experts who said that restarting a reactor was unsafe. Every single party in Parliament supported it. I think it's important that we have a party that's willing to advocate for investment in cities and action on the climate crisis in the ways that we know are critical and need to happen. And the creation of a price on carbon in the form of a carbon tax, which would be coupled with a reduction in income tax to make it revenue neutral for government. I think those issues need to be heard. And I think that one of the best ways to send that strong message for change and for new ideas in Toronto Centre, to send that voice to Canada in this by-election, where we're only picking one member of Parliament, we're not choosing the government, is to vote for the Green Party on March 17th, which you will keep in mind is St. Patrick's Day. Thank you for being here.